um, intentional, and hope every one of us learned something. Okay, share screen. So it's exactly 16 minutes past 17 hours EAT. And yes, so our session 2. So a recap of yesterday, we looked at the different reasons why we should be here: the inclusivity, openness, our access to the global opportunities like open source contributions, and even the competitions that are very open to all. Today we are going to be looking at one of the most crucial topics is like our gateway, the gateway to this ecosystem, which is wallets. So, okay, this slide is packed. We are going to be, moving back and forth, and it's going to be amazing. So, the gateway into this ecosystem is a wallet. And if you don't know what a wallet is where you store or you custody your assets. And there are mainly two different types of wallets. We have the custodial and non-custodial. And when we talk mostly about sovereignty, about things like that, we are literally referring to non-custodial wallets. But yes, we are going to be looking at this in a very practical manner. Let me check if I have some balance on my phone. So what do we mean by exactly a custodial wallet? In a custodial wallet, you have assets, but you don't have full control over your assets. Now, this means that someone is either storing them on your behalf and giving you a personalized access to them, or they store them in terms of value and then you access them in a mechanism that you alone can always access your wallet. So these are like centralized exchanges where you can have a Web2 login, email and password. Also, you should have KYC so that you can prove that you are the real owner of the assets. But in case there is an issue or a centralized agency wants to do an investigation on you, your assets can be frozen by the custodian entity, or your assets can also be your information can be given out to the agency. Could it be a government agency or something like that? I think Edward, your microphone is on. Yes, please mute it. So that's custodial. But then this is the advantage of it is that in case you have an issue with your wallet, you can easily and it becomes very easy for you to retrieve, to create a dispute, and the platform in question can either refund your assets or free someone who has taken your assets illegally. So without having any assumptions, let me log into my phone as well and show us how we can get assets that we can use on chain. So okay, google.com/. So we are going to be moving through sort of like a journey. It's going to be so practical of how you get from not knowing anything or at any level of where you are to actually actively using your assets, whether they are utility or crypto assets, or even fiat, and transforming it into crypto assets that you can use, or transforming crypto assets that you can take back into fiat and things like that. So this is OJF. So let me log in with a mobile device. Okay, FX RXU. Okay, so as my device is coming, my intention is to also be sharing a mechanism you can use to access assets. Okay. HTTPS. GF. Just a minute. QFX RXU. Okay, good. Join. All right. So hopefully this. Okay, I think that's fine. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so all right, so yeah, if you are somebody who is new to the entire ecosystem and you want to know how really can you access tokens, probably crypto or any utility assets, yeah, this is how you start. So let's say you have money on your mobile money. Hopefully I have some money. If I don't have, it's also okay. Still visible to. So my screen does not want to show screens. I think that's security reasons. But yeah, if you have your mobile money, you can come to an app like Binance. Hopefully my Binance app is being viewed. So with this, you can go to P2P. So when you download Binance, I think Binance is the most widely used. You can use Binance, Bybit, OKX. Those are the ones I use most, and I think I'll go through each of these. I think I lost my network. Okay, so yeah, I think I lost my network. Let me share my screen again. Okay, it is sharing. So if you go to Binance, okay, it is coming. Yes, you can go to these 3 dots if you have updated your Binance, or anyway if you are searching anywhere. So I'm using Binance Lite, and there is P2P. So P2P, after chat, below chat, after in shortcut there is P2P, and here you can buy whatever I want to buy. I don't know why my phone keeps I think it is a Binance thing. So here you can buy and yeah, when you buy you get USDT on your Binance. Now when you get these funds, this is a custodial wallet, meaning that you will see your USDC, but actually Binance is storing these funds on your behalf. Yeah, so this is the process you use. So if you have Airtel Money, this one, the limit is 10,000. Do I have 10,000 here? My Airtel Money. Mukuru, tugende bugenzi maaso. Olinawo omutwalo. Olina omutwalo ku simu. Okay. Yeah, so we have different merchants. We have Bash Junior. With Bash Junior, you can see that from 10,000 Ugandan shillings to 39, you can get yourself USDT. And when you get now USDT or any token, I'm going to click on my profile and go back one more time, back. So I'd go to assets. You have your USDT as part of the assets listed here. So as for me, on this wallet, I have Zeta tokens, USDC token. You can have any tokens. But this is a custodial wallet, and as we go on, I want us to get the clear-cut difference between a custodial and non-custodial wallet. So what is happening behind the scenes is that Binance has reserves in Bitcoin, and then whatever token you have, they will store your information on chain in pertaining your token, but actually the underlying reserve will be Bitcoin. Yeah, so here you can quickly convert between anything without going on chain. So I have this USDC. If I want to put them into, I have this USDT, and probably I want to put them into USDC. If I click on convert, it will take me to there is spot. So for those of us who want to trade, there is spot, bots. This is a lot of trading. Yeah, bots you can have you can copy trade with a bot. There is buy and sell, alpha, and convert. So for someone just doing normal conversion, you come to convert. So meaning that you bought USDT, but you need USDC or you need ETH to participate on chain, on the blockchain. So here I want to convert USDT to USDC just to show us. I don't know whether this will even convert. Max. And they have already told me. So you click USDC here. think this is very little, but yeah, so if I click preview, and then I can confirm and convert. So this is just normal conversion. If I go back to my assets and refresh, you will see that now I have USDC. So I've converted my USDC to USDC. You can convert to any token that is listed on Binance. So that's the way you get crypto from your fiat. How? You go to peer-to-peer, you look from peer-to-peer, and I usually go to home. That's the first place, and I got the 3 dots in the top left corner where it shows my ID and my username, and then there is chat, alpha events, simple earn, rewards hub, P2P, edit. So I usually go to P2P, and I want to buy what? I want to buy USDT. Yeah, mostly. So I go on the buy. That's why it has the white. And then I go somewhere to a person who has range. So let me say I want to buy USDT worth 100,000. I'll go to a person who has a range. So this one's limit is between 10,000 and 101,000. And their time is 15 minutes. You need to look at the time, because when you click buy, your assets will be locked for that time period if this person doesn't respond on time. Yeah. And always use the phone number that you used to register, and everything will be fine. So this Bash Junior cannot sell to me because his range is between 10,000 and 39, but LJ can sell to me. So I go here, click on the buy, and when I click on the buy, I can now place an order, but I don't want. So you put the amount of you want to buy. Let me say 100,000. Yeah, so when I place 100,000, I want to buy USDT worth 100,000 of Ugandan shillings. Then I can place order. Or you can go to USDT that maybe I want to buy $30. So they enter value less than, because their value is, so maybe I have $25. I'll pay by Airtel Money, by my Airtel Money. So I've registered my Airtel and MTN mobile money, and that's how you place your order. So if I place order, then they will be notified and we shall complete the order. That's it. So after there, you will have the crypto assets. Okay, back. So we can take some time here on this for people who are used to custodial wallet like Binance. Some use this for trading. You can earn. There is simple earn, there is referral, mega drop. You can convert between different tokens. You can have the Binance NFT. It helps you sometimes. There are other things like sell to card, withdraw fiat, referral, pay, buy airtime, deposit fiat, whatever it is that you want to do. So there are many other services here, gifting, trading, to those that are building. You can even access APIs. So this can be your entire place of doing business in the Web3 space, or of research and loans. If you have some assets and you want to get a loan, maybe you have Bitcoin and you think it is going to go up, and you would want to get a loan of maybe a stable coin like USDC, you can go to loans. Pool, if you want to be part of a mining pool. But the the mind behind, so for those that are building APIs, fan tokens, anything, but the mind behind is that this is actually a centralized custodial wallet. And what we mean by a centralized custodial wallet is you don't fully own your assets. That's why to open up an account on Binance, you need to register and verify your KYC. KYC is in full is know your customer. You verify your national ID or your driver's license for you to access the Binance services. So that means that this is a custodial wallet. So you could study Binance, come here, maybe do, let me go to earn. So, and they will show you, for example, you can earn 1.825%. You can stake, the simple earn. Yeah, there's a 6.7% flexible. That means that if I lock my USDC here, I will always get a 6.7%, I think, APR. And then you can lock it for a given period of time, and then you'll see the APR you will get. So, yeah. That is Binance. I don't know, APR is annual profit. Annual, I know APY. If someone knows APR, you can put it in the description. Yeah, but usually that's how it will be. So you can always come here and earn something. But sometimes centralized exchanges also can have some decentralized features. Like when I come to Binance, I'm on the exchange, I can go to the wallet. Now this behaves like a Web3, a non-custodial wallet. And there are things like airdrop contests and many things that you can engage in on Binance. Balance not displayed due to network issues. Okay. Wallet. Yeah. So now when you get your assets, let me say you have USDC. There is a lot of flexibility on non-custodial wallets. Okay, here, so I really have some issues on my non-custodial Binance wallet. Yeah. So let me say I have this USDC and I want to transfer it into a non-custodial wallet. So some other custodial wallets I think we can look on is Bybit. I think I have Bybit on my other phone. I have Bybit and OKX on my other phone. But it's the same experience. Do we want to also see how Bybit works? So it's the same experience with Binance and OKX. I will show you maybe sometimes what varies. Sometimes what varies is their resolution mechanisms, the transaction fees. So let me go back to Binance. Say I want to put this USDC, I want to transfer it on a non-custodial wallet. So non-custodial wallets have this capability that your assets are yours. So you don't need the KYC, you just create a wallet, and we are going to be doing that as well. And then you instantly start using, whether someone is just born or what. And you have decentralization, you have now all those things come into play. There is decentralization, there is like you custody your assets, so your assets are yours. Yeah, I've forgotten that term, I'll remember it. So here, if I want to transfer these assets from my Binance wallet to a non-custodial wallet, an example is MetaMask. The word that I wanted to say was sovereignty. You have full sovereignty over your assets, meaning if you lose your seed phrase and or you use your private key, your assets are gone. So we are going to be also looking into how to acquire and get those seed phrase as we move on. Okay, so down here, when we clicked into USDC, we have add USDC. When I click add USDC, it means I want to deposit. Maybe I want to deposit from a non-custodial wallet. I can also deposit from Binance Pay. So Binance Pay, you only need to give your ID, or P2P trading we have seen, or you can buy exactly through Binance using your money, your fiat. So, but I want to send out this money. So send to Binance users, withdraw crypto, P2P trading. I'll withdraw. So immediately it tells me to withdraw. It asks for my address, network, and minimum amount. So for me to get the address, hopefully people can see. Yeah. So we are going to come to MetaMask in detail. For me to get the address, I can come to my MetaMask. I know maybe it is not visible enough, but we shall see it. So one of my smaller screen, I don't want to disconnect the phone screen, but I can come here, and here under address, I copy it. So let me take it maybe to Telegram. Login to confirm. So I want to get a way of transferring this address to my phone. So next. So let me check my Telegram on my phone. Okay, I think I've gotten the code. We've sent a code Telegram app on your other device. Okay, where is it? Five to two. Let's see it. And then I made it disappear. Is it in support? New login detected. Okay. So login code 301 2. Probably I could share it through an email. So if Telegram is taking its time, let me compose to another one of my paste it here and send. So here I can look into my Gmail. So this is my email. I can go into the sent mails outbox. Sent. Yes, so this is the address. I copy it and press it here. So now this is where the differences start to happen. So most of the time when we are interacting on the centralized exchange, you may not know which network this token is. That's why when you're familiar with a custodial wallet, you really can't differentiate whether you're using a blockchain, because you can easily swap those tokens. Behind the scenes, they simply have a reserve, and whatever asset, as long as they can pick the prices from things like Chainlink oracles, and they know that, okay, this is the exchange rate, they will just give you an equivalent of how you are exchanging, and then you use that token as you wish, based on the data that is coming from maybe those blockchains or the outside to the exchange. But when you're interacting on a given blockchain, you're now interacting actually on an actual blockchain. That's where all these factors that we are talking about, that the data is immutable, sovereignty, decentralization, that's where those things actually happen. So now when I put in my address, I will choose network. So when I choose network, so different networks start coming. So now here we have been on the Binance app, or which is acting as wallet, but we can go on a BNB Smart Chain, Ethereum, Polygon, Base, Avax, C-Chain, WorldCoin, Optimism, Sonic, Ron, Say, EVM, Celo, zkSync, Era, Arbitrum, and many other chains that actually Binance is not supporting. So let me say I want to transfer this money to Base. So I'll put the network Base, and they said the minimum amount to transfer out should be 10 USDC. So I only have 0.3 USDC, so I cannot transfer out. Sometimes this is due to the fact that gas fees are many and things like that. So if I put in this and I click withdraw, the minimum amount should be 10. So they say withdraw must be at least 10 USDC. But that's the process. So we started with having UGX or any other local fiat. It could be Kenyan shillings, Rwandan franc, whatever, Ghana cedis. Then bring it into a custodial wallet, getting a token that you can use on-chain, in on-chain activities, or even in a centralized exchange environment to probably maybe you want to stake it. Staking is putting it there so that you accrue a percentage of value from it. So you say maybe I stake daily, or you stake and anytime you want to get back your asset, you can. And then now from there we looked at how you withdraw it from a non-custodial wallet. So now we are going to the question, what exactly is this non-custodial wallet? Any questions so far? Let me stop sharing. Yes, Nicholas. Thank you for that question. So, custodial wallets, the government backing that they should be having is that they are regulated. Yeah, some time back, Binance was regulated when we had Binance Uganda, was regulated in Uganda. That's why your account on Binance cannot be activated unless you register with your national ID. Yeah, but then I think a year or two back, I think 2024, Binance stopped being regulated by Uganda. I don't know whether it was tax, it was a lot of taxes. So we now use Binance Global if you're Ugandan. Yeah, but 2017, 2018, Binance was regulated when we had Binance Uganda. So now when you have a dispute, you give your concern straight to Binance. So maybe they can direct your concern, your query to Binance Kenya. I think Binance is regulated in Kenya, but most of them are regulated by the jurisdiction that they are operating in, or else in crypto we have DYOR, do your own research. Yeah, hopefully I've answered your question. Do we have any other question before we proceed? Perhaps we could have a break to digest a bit. Aaron, Manuel, the ardent one, Brenda. So, okay, I'm seeing some thumbs up starting to come. Yeah, probably as we are getting into, the second thing of the wallets, I can recap on the big differences. Yeah, we have the non-custodial wallets, and actually you start seeing the different mechanisms of operation as you move further, and the benefits and disadvantages of each. We have the non-custodial wallets and the custodial. So the custodial wallets are those that where a third entity, a third trusted entity, has actually custody over your assets. Stores your assets on your behalf. Actually, if we are to look like in the Ugandan context, things like even mobile money is a custodial wallet for our fiat, because they can freeze your assets. They can give information if asked for by a centralized entity about your assets. And for you to get mobile money, you need to have your card registered. So when you're getting your line and registering, you give your KYC information, which is your ID or passport or information, and then you get it open. So it's also an example of a custodial wallet. And when you get to know, okay, this is custodial, and you get to know the non-custodial, then you can have a start of an appreciation of the fact of why Web3 exists and the benefits it's really, really bringing. I want to us to relax a bit. I think it has been a marathon through that. We could do it like 2 minutes. I think at 17:58. Yeah, we'll resume with non-custody and all the things that that can come our way. In this time, you can inquire, put something in the chat. I've remembered we have our Rise Up Pad. I think one of the things we can do is to make sure that we push ourselves. So tweet and post your tweet in the Rise Up pad. And I encourage others to react to the tweets. So let me see the Rise Up pad, Telegram 52300 52. Okay, so Aaron is I don't know whether he's asking or giving an inquiry, but in the custodial wallet environment, actually gas fees don't depend on the amount being sent. They depend on the amount set by the custodian. So Binance can, those are some of the real differences actually you find with people having between Binance and OKX. Some people say that fees on OKX are less. Maybe there are more P2P merchants on Binance than OKX. So there are those differences. Since this is not happening on chain, this gas fees is set by the custodian. Yeah. I want to find. I don't know for what reason why this phone is okay, please wait. So as we are waiting there, let me share the Rise Up. So you can make your tweet and share it for others to react. So I think I can put here session 2. Let's make ourselves viral. So this is one of the ways you increase your visibility on platforms like X, or LinkedIn post. Yeah. I've not yet made a post. So I don't know why, for what reason. My Telegram is not telegramming. So yeah, I think we can now continue. Let me do this one more time. I see the code. Telegram. Okay, thank you for helping me out on that, because I was here scrambling. Next time I'll do something else. So yes, we can share. Let me send this to myself so that I can now share it in the Telegram. So you can create an X post. Let us react to it, reply. It's one of the ways showing how your growth is, and that makes a lot of sense, and it compounds. So I've shared the Rise Up pad. I will also share it in the Decentraco Telegram channel. You can go there and react on people's tweets. Okay, so we are continuing with the non-custodial wallets. So for this, let me first close Firefox. Don't want to run out of storage. So some of the examples. No. Some of the examples. What is this called? Microsoft Edge. Okay. So some of the examples of non-custodial wallets we can look at include. So it's good I've gotten my Microsoft. So we are going to be doing a lot of installations of non-custodial wallets from here. Let me check if I have something on this wallet. I'll have some Sepolia all. So definitely 0 USDC. So I'm going to transfer this Sepolia somewhere else so that I can use this to show us how to install these wallets. No token at all. Okay. So Sepolia. All right. So let me also use okay, get the wallet. It's also good to be seeing how I'm getting these wallet addresses. Okay, so I've gotten the wallet. I want to transfer everything that is here. Token Sepolia, so send to that address. And what is max? So 477. Maybe others will be used for gas. Continue. Confirm. Okay. Pending. Speed up. Alright, it's also good to see this, to see me doing this in real time. Yeah, we are going in depth and more in depth, so hopefully this is something to really learn from. Okay, so I've confirmed that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this extension. So remove from Microsoft Edge. Remove. So if you have a browser, you have Google Chrome. So a non-custodial wallet is a wallet where you have full custody of your assets. So examples of non-custodial wallets, we are going to just see some of these and see how to install them. We have wallets like MetaMask. You can have either an extension or an actual wallet on your phone. We have the Ruby wallet. So you see, so they have different looks, I think, based on what you want to use them for. We have the Leather wallet. If you are someone who is interacting a lot with the Bitcoin ecosystem. These are some of the examples. Hopefully I still remember this. Okay, so yeah, Stacks. We have this. We have Kepler. We have the Ready wallet. So if you are someone who is interacting a lot with the Starknet ecosystem, this is very native to the Starknet ecosystem. We have the Ninja wallet, very native to the Injective ecosystem, and all these are non-custodial wallets. We have the Hashpack, if you're somebody from the Hedera ecosystem. But actually, what are these? So in the context of Web3, what happens is that most of the assets, so for example, if Ethereum, the token itself, is actually a utility token that is being used as a gas to interact with the Ethereum blockchain. So why do we have this constraint of having like a token? It's because, blockchains, since they are decentralized, that means that since blockchains are decentralized and everyone should have a copy of the data, and immutable, there is no time where this data is, for example, erased from the blockchain. So this immutability factor, whereby you can't change the information on the blockchain, of course, as time goes on, there are many ways on how data is being compressed, makes storage on the blockchain very expensive. So to avoid things like distributed denial of service attack, where somebody will just write to the blockchain and keep writing, this kind of mechanism of you having to pay a gas fee whenever you are writing to this blockchain that's where it started from. And then these tokens that you pay in that are native to that blockchain are what mostly call crypto tokens. But most of these tokens, some are native to the blockchain, others are not. Others are just tokens that are created on top of a given blockchain and things like that. Yeah, so the way we interact with these blockchains, we store most of our assets in a wallet that we just create. So that's why these blockchains are called sovereign. So that's why there is this concept of human sovereignty, that you don't need a card, you don't need anything, you don't need to have an ID. We have issues of having IDs in sub-Saharan Africa, which keeps out of the economy of our given countries. But as long as you have connection to the internet, and even if you cram these words in your head, then you have your wallet. You can just simply access a cafe and put in your seed phrase, and then you get all your assets. Yeah. So we are breaking it down slowly by slowly. If you feel like you're getting lost, you let me know. I'm doing my best to make sure that this can become very distinct and where the opportunities lie as we go on. So where do these assets actually, where are they? When you're having a non-custodial wallet, your assets are actually stored on the blockchain, but then they are accessed through your wallet. So that means that if somebody has a seed phrase, if somebody has a private key of that account, or if somebody has a seed phrase of your wallet, then that person can access your assets. And if you lose your seed phrase, and maybe you lose access to your wallet, and you lose your seed phrase, then your assets will forever be on the blockchain, and they will help in security, as we shall see. They will be on the blockchain, and no one will have access to them. So here, there is a phrase that usually happens, is that your keys, your assets. And it is literally true. Non-custodial wallet give you the capacity, the privilege to make sure that you fully control and own your assets. The blockchain doesn't own them. If you lose access to them, somebody will just put in your address and see that, okay, this address is controlling this amount of assets on the blockchain, but no one will have access to those assets. Okay, so let's start creating non-custodial wallet and see through how and where there is we need to pay a lot of attention. So most of the scams will come from here. So I'm going to create a MetaMask extension. So I can go and say MetaMask extension. I'm using Edge. Okay, so there is Google Chrome extension. Hopefully this will work for Edge. Yeah, get extension for Edge, add extension. So with the Binance, I have to make sure that I have my ID. So we have had instances where those of us whose IDs got expired are now kicked out of Binance. But with a MetaMask, if you have a seed phrase of someone, and as we go on, you will see that actually signing message writing into the blockchain will require your seed phrase and having assets on your test account on your real account. So create a new wallet. So if you had a seed phrase, if you had a wallet, a MetaMask wallet, you created a wallet before, and maybe you want to have another version on your computer, you have a version on your phone, you can just say, I have an existing wallet, and they will say import using secret recovery phrase. You can also sign in with Google and sign in with Apple. These are new innovations that have come into the non-custodial phase for easy onboarding. But we can create a new wallet, use secret recovery phrase. So create a new password, unlock MetaMask on this device only. So when I create this password, it is not like the password of a custodial wallet. This password is just for this device, just to make sure that no one just comes and opens my MetaMask on this device. But if I import this wallet on another device, I can use a completely different password. So this password stays on this device. It is not kept in any database or server. So let me just create password. So here, say if I lose this password, MetaMask can't reset it because they don't have a copy of it. So you take full responsibility in your non-custodial world. Okay, save your secret recovery phrase. So of course this is being used for testing purposes. I'm going to delete this MetaMask as soon as I stop this video. But here they say this is your secret recovery phrase. Write it down in the correct order and keep it safe. If someone has your secret phrase, recovery phrase, they can access your wallet. Don't share it with anyone ever. This is a very crucial thing when you're going to start interacting on chain. if some website tricks you, maybe you're not seeing your assets, you transferred some USDC from Binance, maybe on Base, to your real wallet, and then you're not seeing them, and then somebody fishes you and they say put here your recovery phrase. As soon as somebody gets access to your recovery phrase, they get access to all the accounts in that wallet. We are going to look at how we can have different accounts in a wallet. So I will tap to reveal, and you can write this down, but I'm going after here. I'll have to delete the wallet, so no one should ever see your recovery phrase. Your recovery phrase is actually your assets. Okay, so now I have to write in these three. So it's better to write your recovery phrase on paper. Some people have gone mad because they threw away their recovery phrase and then got airdrops, and they cannot they cannot retrieve the assets they have on their wallets. So take everything serious. Then I press continue. So that's right. And remember, never share this phrase with anyone ever. Got it? So here you might, if you don't want, just continue. Your wallet is ready. So open wallet. So after opening the wallet, it comes here, but you can make it as an extension. I can go on this extension thing and then pin. So once I pin the wallet, the icon comes here, and with the icon I usually can just open it the way I want. Okay. I don't know even. So these days MetaMask is doing a lot of innovations, but this is now my wallet address. So as I said, there are many ecosystems. Okay, so all popular networks, there are many blockchains, there are many networks. So if I choose Base, so these are my assets on the Base ecosystem, on the Base network. I don't have anything. This is Ethereum. So I can transfer some assets on the testnet account. Okay. So before that, we can take a small move through this wallet. So like we took a look in Binance. So here there is a network. Network is here. The makers of this wallet can change the way the wallet looks. Oh, you guys, thank you. When did I stop sharing my screen? Thank you for the reminder. Hey, no one was telling me that you can stop me and with a voice and let me know. Thank you for the reminder. So yeah, so this is our non-custodial wallet. So far the way it looks like is this. You have the account here, you have the connected maybe the connected, it can be a web app or website, or the connected smart contracts. Here you have this give you notification for screens, switch to pop-up. So I usually like a pop-up one. Yeah. And you have down here, you can add funds. You can add funds from a peer-to-peer. You can add funds from a decentralized exchange. You can just buy them. You can swap, buy. You see, as soon as you go to buy, there is a platform where you can buy assets. And yeah, we shall look at some of these platforms. You see, when you look at most of these platforms, if you're having a non-custodial wallet, they will tell you connect wallet. So we go back to so these are buttons you can send. So even as we saw that you can send assets from your custodial wallet, which was Binance, to the non-custodial one, you can also send assets from the non-custodial wallet back to Binance if you want to get fiat, or back to Bybit, or back to OKX exchange. Okay. As we are taking the navigation, you can also receive, you can search a network. Maybe I want to receive assets on Ethereum, and then copy the address. That's what the other entity uses, or someone who is sending you asset uses to send to you. So this simply means that as long as somebody has your public address, and we shall go deep into this as we go into the cohort, as long as someone has this address, they can send to you assets in just milliseconds, a split of seconds. Down here is a list of some assets that are listed and on that given network. So we have tokens, DeFi, we have lend, borrow, and trade. So the biggest difference, we saw some of these services in a custodial wallet. The biggest difference is your action on these platforms is fully non-custodial and sovereign. So no one is tracking your assets unless you give them your address. No one will tell you have to first register. No one can freeze your assets because they are on that given blockchain, unless the blockchain stops working. And it is very hard for the blockchain to stop working because it is decentralized. There is no centralized entity owning that given blockchain. There is NFTs, non-fungible tokens activity. Whenever you do something, that activity is recorded on a blockchain, on that specific blockchain. So now we are on the base network. I can choose to go on the Ethereum network and things like that. Yes, so I think we've taken a tour of it. We can look at it on this, on Google Chrome with a MetaMask address that has actual assets. So all networks have $3.2 worth of assets, and here are all popular networks. So if I check on, let me say on the base network, I have $0.74 worth of assets, and this is the activity: sending, sent, connected, send, confirmed interaction. So there's been a lot of activity on the base network on this wallet. And in the tokens, so I have the Unlock Protocol token. I use this for engaging on voting and activity on Unlock. I have tokens worth $0.48, which is 338 app tokens. I have 0.26 ETH. So the assets you have under that, I have DCT, I have L2 standard bridged base, so I have 0, but I had some of those tokens. So yeah, maybe we can look at also another chain. I can look at Ethereum. So Ethereum, I have 0.53 ETH on the main network and 0.03 link tokens. Yes. So I have some USDC, but it's smaller than 0.01 USDC. So these are different networks, and I can use these assets to interact on the decentralized platform. Arbitrum, hopefully I have. Okay, we've had a a tour around. So we talked about how you can get your seed phrase and your private key. So among the many wallets, some wallets you will never see your seed phrase again. But recently, MetaMask made an upgrade where you can see your seed phrase again if you log into your MetaMask wallet. So I think it is under settings, security and privacy, and reveal secret recovery phrase. So secret recovery phrase, they are showing me that I have an account. Reveal. To reveal your secret recovery phrase, you need to correctly answer 2 questions. Get started. If you lose your secret recovery phrase, MetaMask can get it back for you. Can't help you. So MetaMask can't help you. Continue. When write it down, engrave it on a metal, or keep it in multiple secret spots so you never lose it. If you lose it, it's going forever. So if anyone ever, even a support agent, asks for your secret recovery phrase, you are being scammed. You should give it to them. You are being scammed. Okay. Then I should enter my password. So hold. So this is my secret recovery phrase. Yes. So after here, as I said, I'm deleting this wallet address, this MetaMask address. So you can create multiple accounts with different private keys on the same wallet. So here I have only one account. I can say add an account, and these are 2 different. So if I get this and I copy, so these are 2 different wallets. This one is ending with 4D44 account to address, and this one, if I want to get it, it's ending up with 9AA. So these are 2 different accounts on the same wallet address. So that means they have different private keys. So if somebody gets access to my private key, they will get access to the assets stored on that account. So when we look at it in working real environment, so this is account 1. I think account 3 I have 0.1. So on account 3, on Arbitrum I have 0.09 USDC on the Arbitrum network. Yet on account 1, I have 0.05 ETH on Arbitrum and no USDC. So these are different accounts but in the same wallet. Are we together? Okay. So how do I access my private key? With this new MetaMask, MetaMask changed the looks of things. So the private key is I think under account details. So private keys, and with this, so I can copy my private key here, and let me try to paste it here. This is how it looks. So most of the time when you're going to interact from your smart contract to a given blockchain, maybe you're creating a dApp, you have this as your private key. Sometimes you have 0x as a prefix. Okay, so we shall see those things. So when I was on MetaMask, and I said swap, no, not swap, so there's an swap, I think I said buy, it brought me to this platform. So these are the platforms that we are going to be looking at creating in as we go further, because the blockchain is open and the blockchain is really a set of smart contracts. So if you can create platforms to interact with those smart contracts, to read from those smart contracts, and then there is a return mechanism on, let's say, on the funds, or on, like, you have a business model, then your platform can be accessed globally as long as somebody has a wallet and they have assets, and maybe they want to move them across, or they want to exchange, or they want to swap. Probably they have seen a new deal where they can get a better APY. Yeah, this is what we are going to be doing. So this platform is the same as this, and this is how it looks. I think I can do this a bit. So this platform is a dashboard, has a dashboard you can, as activities you can engage in. So let me say connect MetaMask. So as soon as I click connect, my MetaMask pops up and I connect. So with this, it's non-custodial. I don't need any permission. I don't need anything. I don't need an ID to interact with this platform. As long as I create my wallet and I get assets from it, which I can get from a peer-to-peer, an exchange, or in any way, airdrop, you can move crypto. So this platform makes sure that it gives you the capacity to swap, to bridge, to send, to transfer, to receive. You can get a card, you can discover. So all these are opportunities that you get into when you get on-chain. So you're no longer locked out of the financial systems. You can just start interacting with platforms and get opportunities, maybe if they are funding opportunities, if you want to buy an asset that appreciates and things like that. So you can even look and discover what's happening. So Ethereum, blockchain, see information, max cap, $273.4 billion, and the way it's working, which token is really moving, 20 billion, 555 billion. You can now even start from there, analyzing, interacting, which chain. Yeah, so these are platforms you can create or you can use, as long as you have connected your address. So always remember to disconnect. You come here and these days they hide many things. I think this is it. So disconnect wallet, and yes, disconnect. The reason why you need to disconnect is because when you connect, you create a session. So maybe some entity can use it to inject some code into your wallet, and then also you click on the address and come here and make sure that there is nothing that is connected. So this is the power of non-custodial wallets. You make a mistake, you are accountable for it. So yeah. Questions as we start moving. Okay, let me simply continue. So we have looked at MetaMask. There are other wallets like the Rabbi wallet. It's the same. Rabbi. The same procedure. Get the extension. So depending on which wallet you want, that's how you get access to them. Yeah, we can just keep looking at the different wallets. We have Ronin. It's native to the Ronin blockchain. So depending on your interaction with that blockchain, there could be some. Yes, somebody put up their hand. Yes. Okay. So these are the different. Yes, Mr. Losika. Okay. Okay. So what we mean native, we mean that you use your assets in that way to interact directly with that blockchain that you've chosen. So, and I think that's where we are going to asset transfer, things like that. So, for example, in a custodial, you have assets, but it's as if they are not moving on that blockchain. You can just exchange to them, and then data is fetched, and they just referenced. Maybe this is the exchange rate. But actually, here, when you do any activity, whatever you are doing is recorded on that particular blockchain. So that's where we are going. I think asset transfer. So we are going to try to transfer assets and see the entire process. So I'm going to be using a test network, and what a test network is simply a network, an environment where you don't have your assets don't have real value. So the test network for Ethereum blockchain is Sepolia. So I will yes, Manuel, you can. Thank you so much for that submission, Manuel. Yeah, so I wanted to start from here. So we are having Sepolia. We are going to be transferring assets from this account to the other new wallet we created. So when you look closely, here I have 2.25 Sepolia ETH, but its equivalent is 0 because this ETH is just test ETH. It's not real ETH. But if you look at, let me say the base network where I have some ETH, I have 0.0001 ETH, which is equivalent to $0.27. And you can see my value here in dollars. You can change it to ETH, but by default is in dollars. So we are going to move these assets from Sepolia. I want to send to so here I can say receive and pick the address, send and paste the address. Here I'm on the Sepolia. Where is Sepolia? So send search for an asset to send. Okay. So this is the asset to send to this address. An amount is maybe 0.01. So Sepolia ETH, continue. So I have to sign, and there is a pending, so confirmed. If I click on this, I can see the information about the transaction that I've just done on the Sepolia network, Ethereum Sepolia network. And if I save view on the blockchain, I can read that there has been this interaction, transaction hash, status indexing, status success, timestamp 28 seconds. So from this address to this address, and value this, transaction fees here, gas price. There is even where you can see more gas limit and things like that. Most of these, for those that are interested in, as you write your smart contracts, we'll see them as time goes on. And then when I check on this wallet address, so I don't see the funds. And this is one of the issues that new people that are interacting with the blockchain face. Like, I just send my 0.1 Sepolia ETH, but I'm not seeing it here. What's happening? It is simple. It is on the same chain. So you send from one address on the Sepolia network to another wallet address on the Sepolia network. You have to change your network from Ethereum to Sepolia. Okay, so it's not here. Maybe I can go to custom, popular, all popular networks, additional networks. So it's not here. So what do you do if a network is not among those that are listed on that wallet initially? The easiest way is to go to our platform called Chainlist. Chainlist, I think it is .org. Say include testnets. Include testnets. Sepolia. So Ethereum Sepolia is here, and you can connect wallet and add wallet. But sometime you could search for it and it is not here. So for whatever network you are doing, you can add it manually. You can say add Sepolia test network to MetaMask, or to any wallet that you choose. If you choose Ruby, so you'll get some information on how to do that. There is, I think Revoke is a good place, has most of those. And here they say add Ethereum Sepolia to MetaMask. Select the network you want to add. You can even just choose from here all you can steps to add Ethereum to MetaMask, Sepolia to MetaMask, or you can go through this mechanism and enter these figures. So usually the setup was changed, but I think we can find it. So Ethereum custom, add a custom network, enter network name. So you choose Ethereum Sepolia, RPC, currency, ETH, and this and all these. Yeah, but I'm going to just add it from here. So if I say connect to network, it will connect, and just like that the network will be added. So if I check now here, custom, where is the Ethereum Sepolia, addition networks, Avalanche, you need to add. So I'm not seeing it. Maybe I can add it manually. First, let me first try to add base Sepolia and see. So after that, base Sepolia is the one that needs to be here. Okay, so base Sepolia has been added. So Ethereum Sepolia, for some reason, is not adding. So we are going to add it manually. RPC URL. chain ID 111551111. This chain ID is currently used by Sepolia. Sepolia ETH. Okay, so they are telling me that this is already being used by Sepolia, so I think the chain Sepolia is already there. I just need to be slow, and so I'm not seeing it for now. Ethereum base Sepolia. So I'm going to end up using base Sepolia. But that's the process: popular, all, Ethereum, Linear, Base, Arbitrum, Polygon, Bitcoin, Solana, Tron. Can add Avalanche. Okay. zkSync error, Monad. Oh, I think we need to activate test networks. I don't know where. So on the previous version, we had to activate test networks on the previous version of MetaMask. But on this one, show native tokens as main balance. Tokens without balance system. Choose your preferred MetaMask theme system. Okay. Advanced. So this means secret recovery phrase, backup reminder. Okay. I think one of the things that has happened with this new MetaMask is that it is they have really updated a lot of things, but that's the way to it's an interest your screen when opening deep links. So yeah, hopefully we shall know how to deal with that. So instead, I'm going to send assets on the Base Sepolia network. Base Sepolia is a test network for the Base ecosystem, or for the Base network. Like, it's a test network for Base network. So let me just change to the Base Sepolia testnet. Oh god, I have no assets. I think I have some assets on this wallet, on the Base network. So count only for testing, Base Sepolia testnet. So even on this one, I don't have assets on Base. So I'm going to get back to that. One of the ways, maybe if there's someone who has assets on Base testnet in that group, you can share. Yeah, but so as we saw, this transaction is happening on the Sepolia test network, and this is the the proof that this transaction has happened, and this cannot be reversed. So you've written to the blockchain and it is immutable. One of the ways we can quickly get testnet tokens is facets. So since this is a new wallet, I would have issues getting testnet tokens on this wallet. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get base facet for base. So I'm seeing Alchemy here. Okay, they are showing different facets. Let me go with Alchemy. Or you can request 0.1 ETH per day. So this is just testnet tokens. Okay, come here. Sufficient. You need to at least have 0.001 on the Ethereum mainnet. So if you have a facet that can easily give me testnets. So if that's not the case, I can get tokens from, I think it's a bridge. So testnet bridge for base network. So as I'm searching this, it's also a good learning mechanism on how we are going to be moving. This is not good. This is a good bridge, but so I have to connect my wallet. This is what we call permissionless interactions. You only interact with the wallet that you created, and let me see if Superbridge will help me. Yeah, I want to transfer 1 ETH to base. So this is a test network, Sepolia, but Superbridge has an issue, does not show the button, so you can check something else. Now there is bridge.gg, and this is what I really want. Bridge.gg from Sepolia. So I'm going to send 1 ETH. Yeah, this is testnet, and review. My wallet is connected. Review transaction, and then confirm. So where do a transaction failed? The current chain of the wallet ID does not match the target chain. So this is disconnect, connect, MetaMask. Let me check. I'm on base Sepolia testnet. I want to move from Sepolia. I think I should be on Sepolia. So I don't know for what reason. Okay, so we shall see how to handle that later. Yeah, but that's the same thing. So maybe what I can do is to send these tokens to another wallet that has Sepolia connected. I think my Brave has the Sepolia network. And I have 0 Sepolia, so I'm going to this is account 2. I'm going to copy the address. It ends in N94 and send 0.1. Ends with 94, send 0.1, continue. So pending, that means that data is syncing across the different nodes. Confirmed. You can look at the Explorer and see this transaction is successful. Yeah, the transaction hash. If you have the transaction hash, you can, or the wallet address, you can always put it in the Explorer of that blockchain, of that network, and then see. For example, I can copy this and put it here, and okay, copy address, paste it here, and then to show me the history, because my transactions are immutable, they are not changed. So you can see all the work that that address has been doing, and yes, it's enough for you to verify whether it's a new address, it's not a new address. But we want to see if we received that those tokens. So I have 0.1 Sepolia ETH on this account. That means that simple like that, assets are moving from one wallet address to another on the same chain. Now, you would ask, why go through all that hassle? One of the things we've talked about is sovereignty. So if you can get assets from somewhere else and you have them in your address, they are yours. There is no third party involved, and it's only you who knows your assets, apart from the person who you share your address with and maybe the entity that sent you assets. But we are going to proceed and see other advantages. transfer, Unisat. So you can look into some of these other wallets. We have MetaMask, Rabi, Kepler for the Cosmos ecosystem, and even the EVM, Unisat, mostly in the Bitcoin, Ledger Wallet, Ready Wallet, Bravos, Ninja. So I think we have really looked at that. And so I think this is supposed to come here, security. So yes, so in that same order, without asking for permission, if you have assets on your wallet, you can now interact permissionlessly on very many platforms. Maybe you want to exchange assets for another asset. You would want to extend a native for a token that is making 100x on chain. Probably want to exchange ETH or SOL for a given meme coin that is making you money, and then maybe after you bring it back, you can access those platforms in a decentralized manner and through your wallet. We are looking at the wallet because it is the entry. So there are platforms like Uniswap as a decentralized exchange. So these are just front ends. This is a front end, and the back end is smart contracts. You can interact with the smart contracts directly. You can interact with the front end. Maybe you want to now sell ETH and get USDC. I think recently they have been adding also other chains like multi-chain, or you want to get USDT on that given blockchain. It could be your own base and you want to get USDC on base instead of your ETH, or other tokens that you have created or others have created, or there is a meme frenzy, and or maybe for you to acquire, like for example, they have said for you to get testnet tokens, you should have 0.01 ETH on that chain. So that was a requirement for Alchemy. Maybe you want to reach that goal and things like that. So you could also want to just trade. Trading, there is a lot that you can do with Uniswap itself. There is Uniswap X where you can here you can also trade. You can create a limit order and say maybe when the cost of ETH drops to this, then sell my tokens and have a take-off profit. So you could say that for me, I'm going to concentrate there on markets and thing, and you would have done well in the boot camp. Hey, and you and you say I'm maybe going to be an auctions trader. You can auction. You can look at the way different assets are working. So Uniswap X is for those that are setting prices. So most of the prices that we see on the decentralized exchange is set by market makers. These market makers are decentralized. We are not just picking prices, but actually we are creating the prices, and you can be a market maker. Anyone can. So that's why we are having this sort of a platform. You can go through it and start swapping and things like that. So you would say I want to sell this at this amount, and then others can take in your order, or you can take other people's order. But these are fully decentralized platforms. You don't need to have registered anywhere. You can interact permissionlessly wherever you are, whoever you are. You just create your wallet and then interact. If you need your fiat, maybe you could use a centralized exchange, or there are some decentralized off-ramps like we shall see in the future, such as AfriRamp. Okay. I'm just looking through these possibilities, so it's up to you to really go further. We have GMX for those that want to trade. You want to trade, but we know that when you want to trade in the Web2 world, there's a lot of constraints. You have to have a middleman. You have to register on the platform. Then by the time you create a trade, it's always below there's always a spread. No, with this, you just come to the platform you want to trade to. Do you have a wallet? Do you have assets on the wallet that you want to trade? So platforms like GMX, they are built on smart contracts that are built on these different blockchains. Okay, so launch up. Yeah. So these are the different possibilities when you have a decentralized wallet. So whereas you can trade in the Web2 world, you can trade on your Binance, you are not the one actually custodying your assets. So your assets can be frozen, but here you can come, connect your wallet, and trade on your tokens, meme coins, whatever trade you want to make. Connect probably, so I can connect MetaMask. So I need to really disconnect, and as soon as you connect, you can transfer your wallets, short, long, deposit, swap, short. You can long, you can change. Yeah, I think that's enough to show how important this decentralized wallet is. So here you fully are taking responsibility of your assets. If your rug pulled, you cry and then you come back. If your assets, if you lose your seed phrase, you lose access to your wallet, then no one can help you. Yeah, but again, if you do 100x, if you have $1 million worth of assets on your wallet, no one will come to investigate you. You are sovereign. Okay, where are we? So, yeah, there are many platforms. I'm just looking at the possibilities of exchanges and trading platforms. We have Paradex. Yeah, for those of us who are perpetuals trader. Yeah. So you trade perpetuals. You don't need to have any issues like maybe you have a middleman, because if for example you lose access to your emails, you have to prove to the middleman, and sometimes they freeze most assets. You've come to the platform, it is not there. Here your assets can't be frozen, because you can always have access to the smart contracts and then call back your assets. So choose wallet. You can choose a wallet that you want to use, 1inch, MetaMask, and then when you choose your wallet, you sign. Please always read the signature. So actually there's a stack key. Most of the people on Stacknet, so I'm creating a smart account in a way, and so with that I can start buying and selling right here on the spot. This is really very powerful. If you found a skill, you only just need to come and be part. You may not even trade. You could say I want to stake portfolio vaults. You can stake in the vaults and get a 16% APR. That's all up to you. It's all about DYOR. This is not financial advice, but this comes from just a single piece that will connect you to this world, which is the wallet. I want to log out. Okay. There are other things. Hyperliquid is also a place. So for Hyperliquid, you will find that you need USDC on Arbitrum, and there is one of the reasons I left it last, because we are going to be looking at. Yeah, we are going to be looking at also bridging. So Hyperliquid, if you're just a normal trader, if you're a developer, there is a lot of work to do here. Competitions are always there. Hyperliquid has a lot of innovations that are happening. But if you want to trade on Hyperliquid, you also need a wallet. So usually you need USDC on Arbitrum, and the way to get this USDC is through bridging it. So yeah, so those of us who are very who are spot traders, you concentrated on spot trading, this can be a platform for you to start even now. Just get assets, transfer them on your non-custodial wallet. No questions, no things. Manual log into your MetaTrader 5, then get this, then get that. Then you must have like a middle person. No. Okay. So yeah, but sometimes you find that the assets you need to trade on that exact platform may be on a different chain. So I will bring security last. Because I think we've really, yeah, so you can also bridge assets permissionlessly. So maybe you want to trade USDC on Arbitrum, and you have just ETH on the Ethereum mainnet. So there are platforms for you to bridge. We have the Squid Router, Jumper Exchange. Maybe we can look through Squid Router. So yeah, here you can sign in, move. For example, you want to move assets from wherever Ethereum mainnet to Arbitrum. To USDC on Arbitrum. So chain Arbitrum token is USDC. Yeah, so maybe you want to get that on your same wallet, and you connect and then exchange. So when you exchange, so all this interaction, all the development that will happen, you will need your non-custodial wallet for that interaction. Yeah, I can give another example. We have a free ramp. Free ramp, if you want to also to exchange, you want to move assets, you want to swap, you want to bridge. This is also a platform you can come to. You connect your wallet. So I'm using MetaMask EVM, and then you choose the assets you want to move, exchange from maybe Ethereum. You have your ETH on Ethereum and you want to take it to Monad, because Monad just launched on mainnet. So I want to get Monad's, whether you want to exchange or swap from ETH to Monad, and I want to give 50% of the assets that I have. So yeah, you can use a free ramp. Maybe you want to bet on a given poly market, and then you find that that asset you have a different asset in your wallet. This is the way you exchange assets and things like that. And disconnect. So all this can be possible by your non-custodial wallet. That's why it is really, really very important. Before I go into the last phase, which is security, I think we have really security. Yeah, you can also use these tokens in voting. So DAO voting will really, really give you a hedge in a given DAO, in a given protocol. Sometimes if you want to be employed, there is no like form employment here. Everything is fully on merit. So if you're someone who has been actively participating on the proposals, in the discussions, and you want to vote, you would want to exchange your token. For example, you want to get the unlock token. You just connect your wallet and exchange from Ethereum, I think ETH, and get some. This is on Base App tokens. So unlock protocol tokens. Yeah, they are here. Unlock protocol tokens, and just like that, have very little money. Yeah, but then you can exchange. Let me see. I think here. Manage permissions, disconnect, and then change the wallet to. So some of these you get used as you work on, because MetaMask is, these wallets are really, really updated fast. So you can say here you want to connect to Ethereum main network. So connect EVM. Maybe let me connect to Base and see. Okay, have some on Base to up. So 95%. You exchange, so you find it finds the route, so no route. Reasons for that could be low liquidity amount. Surely I have very low liquidity amount, $0.12. So yeah, that's how, but that's the process. And when you come here, for example, for me on Base, I'm a participant in voting on the Unlock protocol proposals. Some of the tokens I have is UP, but I have really, really very few, 338, which is 0.48. Again, if I'm going to vote or to delegate, I need to have a wallet. So I'll just go to Tally and see if we have some proposals that are going on. I think it is Tally.xyz. So the reason we are really showing this is for us to know that a wallet is your gateway. It's like a gateway to most of these things. We are just going through them, but as we go into deeper into the bootcamp, so active proposals, unlock DAO. People will be going into whatever they are going through into, maybe how to build something or interacting with something in detail. So we'll connect and now a site wants you to sign a message. Okay, and now I can cast my vote with my app tokens that I go through exchanging, or maybe were sent. So this proposal is still active. I can save vote on chain, switch network, voting power. I'm voting for because many are voting for. Why are you voting? This is, you see, I have not been in the conversation, so helpful. There are no community. So I'm gambling. So you need to be active so that your vote counts, and submit. So gas, and just like that I've used my address to vote, so I'm submitting my vote. Alright, so there are really many things. If you get the wallet address thing wrong, if you give out your seed phrase in any way possible, you'll be drained. That's a reality. So I think our last slide is the security. So we've talked about protecting your seed phrase, product, and then wallet designation. So the wallet designation part is you need to have different wallets to do different things. So maybe you have a wallet that is working as your custody, and it is not over touching the internet, it is not touching apps. Then you have a wallet you use to interact with everything, like what I've been doing. And then you have a wallet for building. The reason why you should have a wallet for building is because sometimes you might expose your private key without knowing as you're building. Maybe you do a git push, so that wallet needs to be designated. And there are many other security precautions, but those are the three basic ones. Okay, so lastly is then the other transverse of how you get your assets from a permissionless wallet back to your fiat if you need fiat. And I think just by knowing how to get crypto from our asset is the same reverse process. So I'll just come to my phone. Let me share. And go to the custodial. Alright, so say I want to transfer ETH on Base. So I don't have any ETH. I've used it to buy. Okay, so I have ETH on Base. So I'll go to my phone and place on add. So let me go back So the token I want to get is Ethon base. So I can come here on tokens and look, and if I'm not seeing it in assets, I go to add funds, deposit crypto, ETH, then I choose network. The network is base. As soon as I choose the network, I'll be given this address, copy it and send to, let me send it through email to deposit. And then paste. And send. So as soon as I send, if I go here, I think it is in my inbox, sent messages, so I can copy this address from my centralized exchange and then come here to send. So I'm on the base network, click on send, Ethereum on base, and then put in the address and the amount. So that is, and then click continue, and that will be it. So after receiving that amount, then I can go back into the other process of converting it into USDT. So maybe I have this as my funds. So get it to USDT, convert, USDC to USDT, max, view, confirm, and then after that I can go back and then go P2P. So there is mostly, if you don't go to the overview, you can go in funding or transfer your assets, and then you go to USDT, P2P trading. So instead of buy, you now sell your USDT, and then you will get cash on your mobile money. Or if you want to do it permissionlessly, you can try out platforms like Afriram. Okay, so let me stop sharing here. So we've looked at all the processes. At least we have gone somehow in depth about this wallet. The possibilities are endless. It all stops at your know-how, execution, and yeah, this can be your last session and you just say, I'm just going to be trading features on Paradex. Or it can be the beginning of more sessions for you to have. And thank you so much. Any questions? It is incredible. So since we yeah, you can say for me, I was in the boot camp and I only did 2 sessions. The first one, to know where the money is, and the second one, to know how to interact with the money, and that's all. So otherwise, we really welcome you. Thank you for taking your time, all the attendees, and see you in the next one. Bye. Nkusese. Soko jolabe.